Hello, and welcome to our monthly look inside Kitsap County government, where you'll learn about programs, opportunities to get involved, and upcoming events. I'm Doug Baer.
And I'm Constance Blackburn. Today we're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at the Kitsap County Fair, visit the Bucklin Hill Bridge Project, and bring you up to date on the latest news from Kitsap County. Doug, if you can believe it, late last month almost 80,000 people attended the annual Kitsap County Fair at the fairgrounds in Bremerton. As always, the rodeo took center stage with 8 separate events in the Kitsap stop of the PRCA Pro Rodeo Tour. In addition to the rodeo, this year's fair featured top-notch entertainment, including an animal encounters show, comedy by Matt Baker and Kevin Wolf, extreme bulls and extreme dogs, and the Wednesday night headliner, the Marshall Tucker Band. The fair closed with the traditional Destruction Derby on Sunday, August 30th. Fairgoers also enjoyed the animal exhibits, spent time viewing the arts, crafts, and collection exhibits, learned about a myriad of products available at the expo in the pavilion, and got their fill of all the traditional food treats in and near the Van Zee building. It was a great time for all and another successful year for the fair. We'll take a closer look at the fair a little later in the show, so please stay tuned.
Thank you, Constance. September starts the public review of the budget proposal put together for 2016. County staff's been crunching numbers over the last couple of months, preparing for the budget. Every September, the departments and elected offices present their budget proposals to the county's budget committee, as well as any of the general public interested in attending the hearings. The hearings start September 17th. The presentations are presented on BCAT Channel 3 on Wave Cable and Channel 12 on Comcast. They're also available online at the website below. For details about the budget hearings, go to the website on your screen. And September means back to school, and the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office wants to remind motorists about the child restraint requirements and school speed zone limits. Sheriff's Office spokesman Scott Wilson noted that state law requires the drivers of a vehicle transporting a child who's under the age of 13 to transport that child in the back seat position in a vehicle where it's practical to do so. Deputies conducting traffic safety enforcement have noticed an overall perception by a number of drivers who are either unaware of this requirement or think that the law doesn't apply to them. Scott is assuring us that indeed it does. The Sheriff's Office is also reminding motorists that with the commencement of the academic school year, traffic safety school zone patrols will be in effect during school hours. State law requires drivers to operate their vehicle at a speed of not more than 20 miles per hour when passing any marked school or playground speed zone in active use. Watch for flashers on the signs or those signs that are marked with specific times that the 20 mile per hour speed limit is enforced. The Sheriff's Office is asking motorists to do their part and help protect children while they commute to and from school using sidewalks, roadways, shoulders, and crosswalks. Allow extra time, observe the speed limits, and be extra vigilant when visibility is reduced or when you're driving within the school zones. Always expect the unexpected when you see children on the road. Slow down, avoid distractions, and pay attention to reduce any chance of an accident.
You know, Doug, there are many things parents can do to help keep their children safe as well. Outerwear for children who walk to school should be bright in color. Consider placing reflective material on the front and back of their outerwear. Walk as far off the travel lane as possible. Always look both ways before crossing a road, even in protected crosswalks. Supervising young children on their way to school or to the school bus is a great idea as well. You can find many more of these ideas and suggestions by searching traffic safety for school kids on Google. It really takes the whole community to help keep our children safe.
And speaking of community, Constance, the annual Kingston Community Open House is set for Tuesday, September 29th at the Kingston Middle School. The open house runs from 6:30 to 9 p.m. and it provides the Kingston community with a great opportunity to learn about community events, volunteer opportunities, projects, planning, and other initiatives all in one evening. The county will have representatives from Parks, Public Works, and Community Development at the event to answer questions about upcoming projects in North Kitsap. For more information about this event, please see the information on the screen.
Doug, that's such a great way for Kingston residents to get involved in their community. You know, all of Kitsap County residents have the opportunity to express their diverse viewpoints, participate in local government, and provide review and input to the Board of County Commissioners by serving as representatives on county advisory groups. These volunteer groups of involved citizens provide commissioners with a broad-based well of diversity, talent, knowledge, and skills to tap into. Applications are being accepted for current vacancies on the Bremerton-Kitsap Access Television Advisory Committee, Parks Advisory Board, Council for Human Rights, Ferry Advisory Committees, Noxious Weed Control Board, and others. For online application and more information, go to the website below or contact Kitsap County Volunteer Services at 360-337-4650 or at the email address listed below.
And another great community event happens September 26th at the fairgrounds. The Kitsap Area Veterans Alliance annual stand down is set for Saturday, September 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the pavilion. This event, open to all veterans and their dependent family members, provides a full menu of veteran services. There's information about accessing your VA benefits, housing assistance, legal services, employment referrals, counseling, and education and training references. Attendees can also get dental screenings, haircuts, vision screening, food items, cold weather clothing, personal care items, and much, much more. There is shuttle service available from the Salvation Army in North and South Kitsap. For more information, call Stacy James at 360-337-4811 or at the email shown on the screen.
Thank you, Doug. When we come back, we'll get that inside look at the Kitsap County Fair and get an on-site update on the Bucklin Hill Bridge Project. So stay tuned.
Hi there, I'm Constance Blackburn, and we're here for our inside look at the Kitsap County Fair. Nicholas and Julia have joined me in the back seat here. Buckle up for a great ride. Woo! I'm here with Billy Schmidt, Superintendent of Operations here at Kitsap County. Billy, tell me a little bit about the history of the Kitsap County Fair.
Well, in 1923, the Kitsap County Fair started, but it was located about 15 miles from here. In 1958, it came here, and we've been in existence since then on this fairgrounds. We've run for about 80,000 people through every year on a 5-day fair.
That is a lot of people going through the fairgrounds, and you can see some of them coming in behind me. Billy, it seems like there are so many elements to the production that is the Kitsap County Fair. Tell me a little bit about what goes on in the background from your perspective.
Well, you know, events always take a lot of planning, and this particular fair is a year-round venture. We have meetings every month with the Fair Board, volunteers that put in over 50,000 hours of volunteers hours into this particular production, and in addition to that, we have staff that are working on it in August pretty much nonstop. We have, you know, of course, we have the elements of ticket selling, we have elements of parking passes and all that stuff. We have vet checks for the animals. A lot of the volunteers are working on buildings and making them safer and improving. We had a grant this year for $100,000 through the Department of Agriculture to improve our safety. We did that from June of last year through June of this year, and made some great improvements in safety of the fairgrounds. So it's a year-round venture, and we have a lot of people that work on it.
About how many volunteers does it take to make the fair run?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000.
Wow. And how many are here on any given day?
You know, we have people, again, fair folks that work year-round every day. Norma Shaw, who makes our ribbons and does some livestock stuff, is here nearly every day throughout the whole year. Mark Boardman, who helps us with our buildings and improving the buildings, is here 2 or 3 times a year throughout, from February through August. In August, we have a huge number of volunteers, 400 volunteers from the 4-H, and several hundred volunteers for the rodeo, as well as the barns, doing a lot of improvements on the grounds to make ready for the actual week of fair.
Wow, that's a lot of work just going into the Kitsap County Fair. Billy, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
You bet. You guys enjoy the fair.
All right, I'm here with Sunny Saunders. She is the lead manager of the Kitsap County Fair and Stampede. Sunny, my understanding is that you actually are not a parks employee per se, but you work with Gordon Sound. Explain to me how that works and how that transition has been for you guys taking over the Kitsap County Fair.
Well, I am one of 3 contract managers here at the fair. We also have Jonathan Miller, who owns Boomtown Productions, and Gus Housen, who's also owner of Gordon Sound. We were brought in approximately 5 years ago as contract employees of the Kitsap County Parks Department to manage the fair as an external contractor to the Parks Department.
And what has that transition been like? How have the changes worked out?
We have made quite a few changes in the last 5 fairs. This is only our 2nd fair that we've had a full 12 months to work on it. So we're still in that process of revising, and every year we learn something new and fresh to do. Lots of things have happened since we took over, and I think that overall we've increased attendance, we've done better management of budget, and I think overall it's a better event.
Are there any specific changes event-wise or entertainment-wise that have happened?
We did move Extreme Bowls from a Sunday performance that was on many years to a Wednesday performance. And we have added the Kitsap Destruction Derby for our Sunday attendees. We felt like having more variety in our arena can expand our attendance and create some other interest besides just those rodeo fans.
Absolutely. Sunny, tell me a little bit about what a day in your life is like when you're here at the fair.
It is managed chaos. And it starts about 6 a.m. and it doesn't get over until maybe 1 a.m.
Wow.
So it is a long day and very long for all of us here. We start off with a morning meeting and then we move right into all aspects of managing this fair, all departments, everything from parking to ticket admissions, carnival, exhibits, entertainment, rodeo, just a big variety. So, my job here is to make sure that all the ticketing is going correctly and work with the Parks Department on that all of the logistics are already set up and parts and pieces are moving, and just to work on any customer complaints we have and trying to make the best experience possible for the attendees.
And lastly, tell me, what is your favorite thing about the Kitsap County Fair?
I am not sure what my favorite thing is. I work all year to prepare this fair, as do the other managers. Approximately 11 months. I take September off, and I try to have people not talk to me about the fair in September. Doesn't always work. And then when it gets here, it just kind of is the escalation of 11 months of work. So my favorite thing about the fair is to actually get it started on that first day and see all of that planning, all the sponsorships we've created come together to put on a massive event. So my favorite part would probably be the first day, and my second favorite would be the last day.
Well said, Sunny, and thank you for all the hard work you put into it.
Thank you so much.
I am here with Cassie O'Hara. She's the livestock director here at the Kitsap County Fair. Cassie, tell me how you got involved with the fair.
I've been involved with the Kitsap County Fair and Stampede since 1971 when I was 10 years old, and I first started showing sheep. My family has been involved in the fair. My father was a livestock director and my mother as well. But my family actually has been farming in Kitsap County since 1883.
Wow, that's really neat. Yeah. What does it mean to be the livestock director?
Well, we are tasked by the county commissioners to provide both education and entertainment to our community. So being the livestock director, it's kind of my responsibility to help our community remember their agrarian roots. In Kitsap County, we've become very rural, and through the livestock department, It helps families to be able to have a better understanding of where their food source comes from, and it helps our community remember its roots in agriculture. And it gives us an opportunity to educate the community about agriculture, as well as providing them a safe and friendly environment to learn and grow in.
What is a day in the life like of the livestock director?
Being the livestock director means I have to coordinate and work with 4-H, FFA, and what we consider open class, which is adult exhibitors. I have several superintendents underneath me. I have 2 very faithful and loyal assistants that work with me in managing the livestock area. We deal with anything from conflict resolution to does the barns have straw? You know, have our superintendents got their judges? Do they have ribbons for their shows? Do they have sound systems? You know, are there educational displays up? Just all kinds of, you know, a plethora of different types of things that go on to put this event together so that the shows run smoothly, so that there's educational information for the community to read and learn about. Just that kind of stuff.
Sounds like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Cassie. All right, I'm here with Deputy Sean Montague from the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office. Deputy, tell me a little bit about your position.
I'm the Community Resource Officer with the Sheriff's Office.
And what does that mean exactly?
Well, I focus primarily on crime prevention and preventing crimes before they happen.
Does that mean you get out into the public? I mean, how does the public interact with you?
So I go to neighborhood watch meetings. I educate people how to not be the victims of crimes. I go and talk to youth at daycares and schools, that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. And we're standing here in the middle of the public safety area. Tell me a little bit about what this is for and who else is here today.
Well, here at the fair, our primary job is to shed a positive light on law enforcement and the other educational areas that we have in the booth. We have the fire department here, we have Safe Kids, and we have child ID kits available for parents that want ID kits for their kids.
And what other organizations are here in this area?
So we also have some military organizations that are recruiting, and as I mentioned, for the fire department.
Okay. And what is the importance of an event like this here at the Kitsap County Fair to you as a public safety officer?
A lot of people see our job as a negative one, and so what we try to do is we try to shed a positive light. So they say that it takes usually 7 positive contacts to counteract 1 negative contact, and so my job is to try to be some of those positive contacts to prevent displeased customers.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Sean, tell me, what are you doing at the Kitsap County Fair?
I thought I'd bring my daughter out to have some fun. I made her do summer school this year, so I thought this would be one fun thing to do before school started.
Sean, what's your favorite part of the Kitsap County Fair?
All the little cute baby pigs.
I'm with you there. All right, Joseph, tell me, what are you doing at the Kitsap County Fair?
Just hanging out with friends.
And what is your favorite part of this place?
I like the bunnies. Rabbits are cool.
Rabbits are definitely cool. All right, I'm here with Miette. Miette, tell me, what is your favorite thing about the Kitsap County Fair?
My favorite thing is the horse ride.
Tell me a little bit about the horse.
The horse is brown and very light brown, and she does this when she stops.
I'm here with Carly and Justin. What are you guys doing at the Kitsap County Fair?
Well, my youngest entered some items, so we came to look at her blue ribbons that she won.
Congratulations to her. And Justin?
I'm just here for the food.
Aren't we all? I'm here with Barb and Dawn. What are you guys doing at the Kitsap County Fair?
We're going to the rodeo and going to have some big hamburger, I think, to eat.
We go to fairs all over the country, state fairs, county fairs, and so we just enjoy them. Like to see the animals and everything.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about the Kitsap County Fair?
So far, I think the animals.
Yeah. Watching the kids in the 4-H stuff talk about their animals. That's the favorite for me. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you, guys. Okay. All right, I'm Constance Blackburn, and this has been our inside look at the Kitsap County Fair. Stay tuned next for an inside look at the Bucklin Hill Bridge Project.
Thank you, Constance. We're here in Silverdale at the Bucklin Hill Road Bridge Project With me is Tina Nelson. Tina's the Senior Program Manager for the Road Department at Kitsap County. Tina, why don't you tell us a little bit about this project?
Oh, I'd love to do that. Thank you so much for having me on and getting a chance to talk a little bit about the project and some of the explaining what the project is about. We've been selling it or talking about it as a bridge project. Well, it's really more than that. It's a roadway widening project. So we're going to take away a choke point and make a 4-lane roadway. We're putting in bike lanes, and we're also going to provide wider sidewalks. So it'll be nicer and easier and safer to walk across the estuary. With that, we got to take out 2 72-inch culverts. They cannot be extended, so in order to get the roadway widened across the estuary, we are going to need to build a bridge. And as we're building a bridge, we're also going to be able to open up the estuary. So in essence, the estuary is now going to become what it once was. Once was in the early, 20s, 30s, and 40s when it was open and had more free flow activity. So with that, we're going to have the critters are going to come back and things like that are going to be happening in the estuary.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit. We know that this is one of the most traveled routes in central Kitsap. How did you prepare for the impact on motorists?
Oh, the impact on motorists was a big thing for us. Initially, when we started this project in 2010, or way back in the 90s, we had discussed we got to find a way to build this bridge, replace all the utilities that are underneath in the fill without closing the roadway. Well, looking at travel patterns of people, the behavior of people, people tend to go the route that they're used to.
Sure.
So if we keep the road open, we're going to have lots of congestion. If we close the road, we're going to have congestion. So we looked at the options and realized that if we close the road, we can get this project done 6 months sooner.
Oh.
6 months is a lot of time.
Sure.
And if we have congestion, we still will have congestion. We also are saving money that way, but the main thing, we're saving time. But in order to make that work, it was essential that we got the help from everybody in this area by finding different routes around here. You cannot put everybody on the next street north, which is Ridgetop Boulevard. That is our detour route, but there is no way that if everybody goes there, that'll be an absolute bottleneck.
Right.
It is congested today, and we're well aware of that. We're looking at the traffic, we're monitoring the traffic. Our traffic staff here at the county are regularly coming out and seeing what the traffic is doing. We're making adjustments to signals if we can, but what we really need is for people to continue to find the way to their favorite business, their doctor appointment, or whatever it is they're doing without using Ridgetop Boulevard and the main routes, but the best route for them.
Well, I noticed on the way in there's a new signal at Levin Road.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that signal and how that helps with getting people to where they need to get?
So that signal does not help the flow on Ridgetop Boulevard at all. Initially, we were not planning on putting a signal there. But as we've been out and around in the community and talking about the project, people have said, well, it would be a great idea with a signal. Well, we do listen to the public. So we did an evaluation again by using our traffic model. This little, you got a little cars and computer programs, and it tries to figure out what the traffic is going to do. And yeah, okay, maybe a signal isn't a bad idea. So that's why we got the signal installed. Yes, it wasn't ready when the project started. We knew that wasn't going to be possible. But the whole idea of that signal is to allow for traffic to easier get in and out of Levin Road. We know that there's a lot of businesses and doctor's offices off of Levin Road, and we are hoping that that's going to make it better. And we think it's making it easier for people to get in and out of Levin, but it's not helping flow on Ridgetop.
Good. I noticed early in the project, I remember on the website that you had sought some participation from the public in some of the aesthetic parts of the design. Can you talk a little bit about that involvement?
Oh, absolutely. We're not doing this project for us. It's the community's project and what the community is going to see. The bridge, let me start with the bridge. The bridge is not a signature bridge. It's not your big cable stay thing that everybody's going to come and look at. The bridge is the platform from which you can travel back and forth and see the estuary. But you still need, you want some added items to it. So we need to raise the roadway, so we're going to create large retaining walls right here where we're standing, actually, at the very eastern end of the bridge. So we asked the public about, okay, should these be round? Should they be triangular? We asked about the shape and about the finish of the concrete. We had a few options for some of the amenities that are going to be at those areas, and also about the railing on the bridge.
When I noticed in the design, I was at the webpage looking, that there's a nice little observation deck that's been that's part of this bridge project. So I think it appears, at least from what I've seen on the webpage, this actually will enhance the community's ability to enjoy the estuary and the Clear Creek Trail.
Doug, that is exactly what we're hoping for. And we've worked with the community, and especially with the Clear Creek Task Force. We worked with Visit Kitsap and the Clear Creek Task Force, and they came up with the idea of having an informational kiosk at one of those areas. So that's another item that we're going to provide kind of the basis for that, and then there's going to be opportunity for local artists or something to kind of put the finishing touches on it.
That's great. Well, I know this is a long project, a 12 to 14 month project. How can our residents stay informed about the project and get updates on the project?
We created, because it's a large project and we want people to easily get the information, we actually have a website, bucklinhill.com.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, should be easy to figure out and easy to find. And on that website, you will find all kinds of reports about the project. Articles have been in the paper, the sequencing, the cost estimate, where's the money coming from, the plan sheets. And right now we update that monthly with information about what's going on in construction, what have we completed. We are also putting some construction pictures on there. We have some continuous cameras around so that we can film what's going on.
Oh, nice.
And then we choose some pictures, of course take a lot of pictures, and some of them will end up on that website. And as we put new information on there, anybody that subscribes to the updates will get them automatically as we do them.
That's great. Well, I know you must be excited. This is one of the biggest projects that I've known in Kitsap County. When I grew up in Pennsylvania, their motto was temporary inconvenience and permanent improvement. When this is all buttoned up and open, what do you think that we'll see as residents, and how will we appreciate the project?
Well, that's a really good thing you're saying. We got temporary inconvenience, and right now I know there's a lot of people that are inconvenienced. Some people like watching the construction, but it's certainly not. It's certainly a dilemma for a lot of people, and we're just hoping that people can hang on for once we're done. The choke point's going to be gone. You're going to have a better view. It's going to be safer to walk along the estuary. And we're going to have brand new utilities. We're replacing a big portion of the sewer force main. We're replacing the storm main. We're putting in a new water main. And more than anything, the estuary is going to be able to see the tidal flushing back and forth that it used to. So hopefully in a few years we're going to see some changes there.
That's really great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Tina. We're in Silverdale at the Bucklin Hill Project. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next month with more county news, an inside look at the comprehensive plan update, and the county's response to winter weather.
Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month.